Hello, my fellow YouTubers out there. Welcome to Broadcast Rock. On this episode of Broadcast Rock, we're going to be talking about a brand new album from the group Me. The title of the album is Soma, and this just came out this past Friday. It's their debut full-length album, and they're from Germany, and they are signed to Rising Empire Records. Now, this is a record company that I strongly recommend you guys to check out because a lot of their stuff, the bands they sign, is excellent. They're very, very good, solid bands. I'm sure I'm going to be reviewing some more of their stuff here soon because they always put out really good bands. Definitely check out that record company. Now, before I review this album, I must say I'm sorry in advance that I did not find a lot out about this band. As one, they flew under my radar. Two, they're from Germany. I think that might be the reason I can't find much about this band. So, I'm sorry in advance if there's not much more info you would like to know about them. But I hope you enjoy this review. And, so here's this Half Me is the name of the group. And Soma is the name of the album, like I said. So, here we go. Yes, I'm sure you can tell that this band is not for everyone, as their lyrics and sound is straight in your face. Nothing but new metal era music from the late 90s to the early 2000s sound, which I myself love. That's what I grew up on, and that's what I love. And the very first song on the album, Wrath, actually got them a spot on the spotlight on the Knotfest Countdown to Oblivion. So that's pretty cool if you ask me, getting a spotlight on the Knotfest Countdown to Oblivion. And then the song Wrath, starting right out the gate, you can tell that it's influenced heavily on nu metal roots. And then also it has a very strong Bring Me the Horizon, Sempiternal sound to it. So if you like Bring Me the Horizon, especially the Sempiternal era of Bring Me the Horizon, I strongly recommend you looking at this song out, especially. And then the next song, Trauma Culture, it's essentially about taking control of yourself and being self-destructive. Now, with lyrics like, he screams out, like, consume my life from my open vein. As you can tell, it's a pretty, it's not a CD that's going to be for everyone because the subject matters on the CD might trigger some people. But it's a very, for me, self-healing CD. So just warning on that because we're about to get to some more, I don't know the proper word to say, but more triggering songs. And then after that is Distort. This song almost has a Northlane sound to it, which if you don't know who Northlane is, that's a whole nother story. I'll be getting into them hopefully here soon. And then Bring Me the Horizon also. It's got a nice little electric intro to it. And then a whole electronica section. And it's basically the singer crying out for help with lyrics saying, "Don't leave me alone. I need a therapist." As you can tell so far that it's definitely an album with a lot of weight to it. And then the next song, Magma Hour, is about dying and showing money doesn't matter after you pass. So basically he's saying, you can be as rich as you want, but when you die, you have nothing. There's no amount of money is going to buy you happiness, essentially, is what I took away from that. And the next one is Ex negativo, and that's about changing and running out of options in life and doubting the decisions you've made so far in your life. So that's another heavy song. As you can tell, they've all been pretty heavy lyrically songs, not just musically heavy, but lyrically heavy. And then the next one is Zent, and that's just a nice little interlude, which is really nice, taking a little break from all the bombastic music you've heard from the first 5 songs, and to catch your breath a little bit before you're prepping for the next one, which is Proxy. And that song, it has a really nice little electronica, digital infused chorus into it. It's really, really neat. I strongly recommend checking that one out too, because it's just got this little neat chorus that I would butcher trying to do. And then the next one is called Outbreak. And on this one, it also reminds me very much of Bring Me the Horizon, the Sepultura era, and Slipknot. Corey Taylor's voice in this one particular section, when he screams, it really has that Corey Taylor signature sound to it. And then the next one is Blacklight. And Blacklight, to me, is probably the catchiest one on this album. It just gets stuck in your head, that chorus. It's huge. It's like an arena-filled chorus. It's so good. It's one of the highlights for this, for sure. And then I Am But a Guest in Exile. It's another really, really good song. Heavy. Just it's a heavy, catchy song too. And then this next one I'm going to butcher, because remember, they're from German, but I'm going to butcher it. It's called Mitternacht. And it's just another interlude. And this one is even more peaceful than the other interlude. And it bleeds really good into the final song, which is entitled Half Me. Now, this final song is, for me, it's a pretty powerful song, and it's a chilling song almost also. It's about being a burden, and the lyrics, some of the lyrics are like, if it says, "You are the gift that keeps on giving, I'm the burden that keeps on living," and then he screams, crying out, "Stay with me throughout this." So he's constantly screaming, "Stay with me" throughout this. And as someone who struggles also with mental illness, this song really struck a chord with me. Some people might think it's too much or too emo-y, or I don't know what some people might take away from this song, but to me it was very chilling and very personal and raw, and I respect that, especially because someone that can relate to some of the lyrics like this. So overall, I can't believe I found this band and knew nothing about it coming in. But so overall, this album blew me away. I was not expecting this at all. I had no idea coming into this what to expect. Like I said, I just like Rising Empire music, the bands they sign. So whenever I see a new band they sign, I check them out. That's what I did here, and they are awesome. I can't recommend them enough, especially if you're into like the late 99 to early 2000 sounds of new metal, Bring Me the Horizon, stuff like that. You got to check them out. I will say the lyrics are very heavy, and sometimes might be too heavy for some people, which if they are too heavy for you, that's totally fine. But it also might help some people out there, which I think that was their intention. Now, are they going to create anything new with this album? No, they're not creating anything new. What they are doing is bringing this genre back into life for me because these guys are carrying the flag for nu metal in 2023. This album is so solid. The vocals, the rhythm section, the big choruses, everything about it is great. But like I said, they're not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything on this album. They just, I think, want to leave the mark. And if they keep this up, they definitely left their mark, because this album is one of the most, I don't know how to even describe it. It's just so good. It's almost like the only other CD I can compare it to would be Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory. And it's not even lyrically like that or musically like that. It had that impact kind of like on me. Not nearly that effect, but I haven't had that impact like on a debut CD since Linkin Park Hybrid Theory, if that at all makes any sense to you. And I hope it did. So, on this, I'm going to be giving it a solid 9.5 out of 10. It is almost a perfect album. Almost. It is so solid. I strongly recommend you checking this out. The 3 songs that I recommend the most are Wrath, Blacklight, and Half Me. So I hope you enjoyed this review. And until next time, hit the like and subscribe button and rock on.